Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Lepakshi Khurana. Here are the top stories we're tracking for you on Monday, the 8th of August. More than 60 killed in a blast at a hospital in Pakistan's Quetta. Two professors at the American University of Afghanistan abducted by unknown gunmen. And 7 people, including a newborn, die in a helicopter crash in Nepal. And now for all the details. Over 60 people were killed and scores injured in an explosion in Quetta city of Pakistan in a suspected suicide attack, though no group has claimed responsibility for the attack so far.
A bomb blast outside a government-run hospital in Pakistan's Quetta city of southwestern Balochistan province killed dozens of people, including lawyers and media persons. The explosion occurred when Balochistan Bar Association President Bilal Qasi's body was being brought to the emergency department. He was gunned down earlier in the day. Nearly 100 lawyers and scores of media persons had gathered at the time of the attack. Following the incident, emergency has been declared across all hospitals in Quetta. While authorities have launched investigation into the attack, lawyers in Balochistan are said to have boycotted court proceedings. Balochistan, which borders Iran and Afghanistan, has been affected by decades of militancy, sectarian violence and separatist insurgency.
Moving on, exiled Baloch leaders held a demonstration in Germany to spread awareness against atrocities by Pakistan security forces. People of Pakistan's province of Balochistan have been campaigning against extrajudicial killings of the ethnic community, which is fighting for independence for a long time.
Members of the ethnic Baloch community held a demonstration outside the German parliament in capital Berlin recently to raise awareness regarding human rights violations by Pakistan's security forces in Balochistan province. The demonstration was part of the Free Balochistan Movement Long March, which was kicked off from Germany's Düsseldorf city on July 16th. The protesters strongly condemned Pakistan's security forces, especially the military, for committing atrocities and human rights violations and demanded international intervention in the volatile province.
Tens of thousands of people murdered and dumped and bodies mutilated every single day. Women raped, children murdered in cold blood. This is the state that we live in every day. It is our responsibility to advocate for our people and expose the Pakistani state and its partners who are violating international laws and democratic norms every day since 1947.
Exiled Baloch leaders and activists have been organizing demonstrations and seminars across the world to spread awareness regarding enforced disappearances and killing of innocent people in Balochistan. They claim that Pakistan has imposed a clampdown on international media and human rights organizations in the southwestern province of Balochistan, and as a result, the world is unaware of the alleged genocide of the ethnic community.
In Afghanistan, search is underway for 2 foreign university professors who were kidnapped from the Afghan capital, Kabul. The 2 professors, hailing from US and Australia, were kidnapped Sunday night when they were stopped and seized outside the university. Reports suggest that the foreign nationals were kidnapped by gunmen in Afghan forces uniform. The abduction of and attacks on foreign nationals by militant groups have become routine in Afghanistan. Last week, a group foreign tourist was attacked and wounded by militants in the western city of Herat. Moving on to news from India, Indian Finance Minister Arun Jaitley moved the goods and services tax of the GST bill in the lower house of the parliament on Monday. The tax reform seeks to make taxation uniform. A report.
Speaker. Indian Finance Minister Arun Jaitley tabled the Goods and Services Tax or the GST bill in Lok Sabha or the lower house of the parliament after getting it passed in the upper house or the Rajya Sabha last week. The bill, which was passed by the lower house last year, came back to the house on Monday for incorporating the amendments made by the upper house.
It's an enabling amendment. After this amendment, we will have to prepare 3 more laws. One argument is that our states and center both giving up their jurisdictions and sovereignty, the answer to which is that in this country to have one nation and one tax, they are pooling in their sovereignty together and creating a new mechanism which will take all these decisions in that forum of pooled sovereignty itself. So this is a major reform which in the long run will go to the interest of this country.
After its passage in the lower house, the bill will have to be ratified by half of the provincial assemblies to become a law. The GST aims at bringing uniform tax regime in the country by subsuming provincial levies. A single rate of GST will replace various taxes to ensure seamless transfer of goods and services.
Meanwhile, in Nepal, 7 people, including a newborn, died on board the Fishtail Air helicopter that crashed in Nuwakot district of central Nepal on Monday. Nepal Army Brigadier General confirmed the report. The helicopter was airlifting the newborn for a treatment in capital Kathmandu with her mother. According to a spokesperson for the Aviation Authority, a Nepal Army team and other rescue officials have been deployed at the crash site. The crash site is 5,500 feet above the sea level. The cause of the accident is yet to be ascertained. And staying on news from Nepal, with a new leader in power in Nepal, the Madhesi community hopes that Prime Minister Pushp Kamal Dahal redresses the Madhesi grievances. However, the Madhesi leaders have stated that the protest against the newly promulgated constitution will continue till the demands are met.
One of the major challenges that the newly formed Pushpa Kamal Dahal's government in Nepal faces is to meet the demands of Madhesis who have been protesting against the recently promulgated constitution. Despite Dahal government's assurance of full assistance to resolve the grievances of the ethnic community, Madhesi leaders have stated that the protests will continue.
The struggle of the discriminated, marginalized people are still now going on. It will remain till the discriminatory principle and the practices of the government will continue. If the government will solve the problems, if they resolve this crisis, only then the protest will be withdrawn.
Presently, the Madhesi leaders are optimistic that the ruling coalition will address their demands. But they have also threatened to escalate their protest if the government fails. The ethnic Madhesi community of Nepal has been protesting against the constitution since it was adopted last year. Madhesi leaders claim that the constitution is discriminatory and does not accommodate communities' interests.
Various instances of caste integration in remote regions of India have sent a positive message of empowerment and upliftment among the people of the country.
Breaking age-old tradition, members of lower Dalit caste community were allowed entry into a local temple in India's northern Uttar Pradesh after police intervention. Members of the Yadav community deal mostly in cattle and were traditionally considered to be beyond the Hindu caste hierarchy.
हमारे क्षेत्राधिकारी और मजिस्ट्रेट वहाँ पे बैठ करके दोनों पक्षों से इन्होंने बात की। हम लोग खुद मौके पे थे, लोगों से बातचीत किया गया और लोग दोनों पक्ष के तैयार रहे और मंदिर में प्रवेश किया है, लोगों ने पूजा अर्चना की है।
While in India's southern Karnataka province, in a departure from tradition, temple authorities appointed 2 low-caste widows as priests at the Gokarna Natheshwara temple.
65-year-old Lakshmi and 45-year-old Chandravati are among a handful of women in southern India who have been taking up priesthood of late.
This is a good sign of our country. All the people should come out of these caste class barriers. You will come out of these barriers. Don't attack others. It's not good sign.
In recent times, various socio-economic and political administrative measures have helped in the integration process.
Devotees across India offered prayers at temples since early morning to seek blessings on the occasion of Nag Panchami, a day dedicated to the worship of snakes.
Hindu devotees have been thronging temples across India to pay their obeisance on the occasion of Nag Panchami, a day when snakes are worshipped. The traditional worship of snakes and serpents is also observed on this occasion. Snake charmers were seen sitting on the roadside as many devotees offer prayers and milk to snakes. Devotees made a beeline at temples to offer bilwa leaves, flowers, water and milk to the lingam, an iconic representation of Lord Shiva, the Hindu god of destruction. Nag Panchami is celebrated on the 5th day of the bright half of the lunar month of Shravan or monsoon month as per the Hindu calendar.
India's northern Leh region is replete with beautiful monasteries. The Pheong Monastery Festival depicts the colourful and rich culture of the region.
Dance, music and masked costumes are the main attraction of the Pheong Monastery Festival. The monastery is situated about 10 miles from Leh in India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province. During the festival, the lamas or Buddhist priests dance a drama known as charms attired in traditional costumes. Locals and tourists from across the world visit the monastery to attend the event.
I'm really enjoying the festival. It's very nice to see this because we don't have that in our country. And it's very good to see how they dance and what they do and what that means for them.
Ladakh has developed a distinct culture due to its geographic and climatic conditions. Such festivals help the visitors to get a glimpse of the traditions of the region.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude, the top stories once again. More than 60 killed in a blast at a hospital in Pakistan's Quetta. Two professors at the American University of Afghanistan abducted by unknown gunmen. And 7 people, including a newborn, die in a helicopter crash in Nepal. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Good night.